Okay, happy Monday, guys, and happy July, first day of the month. I love when the first is on a Monday. It just feels right, right? It's like new month, new week, all of the things. So we are just gonna like dive straight in tonight. New month, new incentives, right? There's lots to talk about. And all of the incentives and all the things are very much in alignment with what we need to focus on as a team. Okay, so I'm going to try to tie it all together, and I have props tonight. So we're going to see if this goes well or if this is just like a disaster. But okay, here we go. Okay, I want you to look at what I'm doing here. Okay, I have a cup. Yes, it's a cute party cup from my daughter's 7th birthday. I have a cup. All right. And I have a cup of water. All right, this is your business right here. This is your business. And I want you to tell me what's happening. Can you see this? Someone unmute and tell me what is happening.
You're leaking.
I'm leaking.
You're pouring into it.
I am pouring into it. Thank you. I am pouring into my little business here, but what is going on? What is happening here?
Got a little retention issue, Brittany.
I have a retention issue. I'm leaking, right? Like it's leaking out. I'm pouring into it. I'm doing all the things, but I'm leaking out. Okay. So I want you to think of this little cup as your next point goal. All right. Your next big goal in your business, whether this is like silver, gold, ruby, this is 1,000-point little bucket here. It's an emerald bucket. This is your business goal. All right. This is where you want to be. When the water hits the top, you're there, right? The full cup is like, you're there. Okay. So I'm pouring in, I'm doing all the things. I'm like working every day super hard, but like I cannot get anywhere. It's not filling up. It's not filling up. Oh, now we really got it going. Okay. So what could I do to solve this problem? It literally sounds like I'm peeing on this Zoom.
Where we're going, Brittany?
What?
Have a big bowl under you?
I do have a big bowl. Okay, so what could I do to solve this problem? I can think of two things. Who can like give them to me? What's one thing I could do to solve this problem?
Good onboarding and good customer care.
No, just my cup.
Plug the hole.
Oh.
Okay,
Put
you're
another cup
already, you're
inside
there.
the
I know,
holy
you get
cup.
the illustration. Yes, right? I could plug the holes, right? So if I like chewed some gum and stuck it here, like got some clay, yeah, I could plug the holes. And so I don't think I can plug all the holes that I made, but if I plugged the holes, I'm holding more water now, right? So like, okay, now what I'm doing is more effective. Or the other option would be I could just pour really, really fast, right? Like I could just dump, and I might get to the top, right? But is it going to stay? No. Even if I hit that next goal of mine and fill the cup all the way by dumping in like a maniac, it's still going to leak out and I'm not going to retain, right? The little bucket, the cup will not remain full. Okay. So you guys are very smart. You understand this illustration, but this is kind of what we're doing. And if you feel like I'm working all the time, I'm even adding people all the time, but my little cup is not getting full. Like I cannot, mom is like resonating. Okay. I can't get it to the top. Like what is happening? It's because we are bringing people in as a team. We are great at recruiting, right? Like we bring in people every month, sometimes like 50, 60 people, but we lose people also and at like the same rate. So what's happening is like working. And Carly, I'm the problem. It's me. It's all of us. This is not to single anyone out. The reason you're all like resonating is because it's every single one of us. It's me. It's all of us. Okay. So our team has a retention problem. Every single one of us has a retention problem. We're good at that first pillar of our business, which is recruiting, right? We love the product, so we can bring people in. We're passionate about it. But and that's step one. You do have to be pouring in. You can't just stop pouring in. Your bucket will never fill up if you're not pouring in at all. So we get it. Like I got to pour in. but our 30-day retention is not great. And it's not just us. This is like a problem across the board. We always say with network marketing, like, yeah, you're going to have attrition, and you are. Like, not everyone's going to stay forever. We need to be fine with that. Yeah, it's totally normal. We don't need to have any bad feelings when someone leaves, because it's okay. Like, some people are going to come on for a lifetime. Other people are going to be with you for just a few months. But there's definitely things we can do to plug the holes in the bucket, right? It's never going to be completely hole free, but we can retain a lot more water or a lot more people if we learn how to plug those holes. Okay. We actually do a really great job if we can keep someone for 3 consecutive months. So, each month I can get this little dashboard from Nick Clark at Plexus, who's my RSM, and he can show me like, hey, here's your retention. And it's interesting. It's like our 30-day retention as a team is like terrible, but then it goes up 60 and 90. And if we can keep someone for 90 days, they're like a lifer, right? Because they've had that great experience with the products, they've been connected in, they are like with us forever. So it's not all bad news. We do a lot of things well, but what I'm really loving about July and the incentives is that they are so aligned with retention, right? Like, if you feel that shift of like, okay, it's not just add anymore. It's not just add 6. It's okay, add 4 and build a silver, or add 4 and retain 3 from June. Like, what is this shift? They're really helping us work our business to plug the holes and to help with retention. Well, let's gotta check the chat here. Okay. Yeah, Coralie, maybe you can tell us about that at the end. That would be great. Okay, so plugging these holes in our business. And I'm guessing that Leaders Retreat the contest is going to be very focused on retention, right? I think they're prepping us and gearing us up for like learning how to retain our customers, because it's really how we're going to grow our business. You guys are all working so hard, and it's like, I want to see that growth for you, like that next point jump or that rank goal or building the silvers. And it does come from retaining your people. Okay. So I know me personally, I want to work smarter, not harder, right? I don't want to have to dump 50 new customers into my bucket every month just to stay where I'm at, right? Like, that's crazy. If I'm dumping in that many people, like, we better see some growth. Like, I want to see your guys' paychecks grow. So work smarter, not harder, and help people stay consistent so that they can experience great results, right? Because we know when people are consistent with the products, they're going to have personal wins for their health, right? It does not happen overnight. So are you guys with me? Got my illustration? Because now we're going to dive in. Okay, so let's go over the incentives and then talk about how we can use these things to plug the holes. All right, now if you've already heard all the incentives today from the ambassador page and all the things, I'm going to go through them quick. You've got the help center if you need details, all the things. But let's just run through them, because I want to make sure that I'm providing for you guys, like, here's what's happening this month, and that you all are in the know. All right, so just announced today was the Liberty discount. And I think that's the cutest thing. I love that they went full patriotic with the 1776 and the Liberty. It's like so corny, and I love it. Okay. So if you guys didn't catch that, it's like right on the home screen, but 1776, that's the year we became a country, guys, 4th of July, right? Off of the refresh and replenish combo. So this is an awesome tool for retention, right? When we can help someone try all of those flavors, right? Like, hey, grab a bag of Sweet Tea Slim. I love Peach Mango Active, this hydrate, do this other active. Like, share your favorite combination of those products. When we can help our customers try a whole bunch of different flavors, the likelihood that they're going to love one is much higher, right? If I only ever tried blueberry hydrate, I would be like, hydrate's not for me. But because I tried lemon lime, hydrate's my jam, right? So when we expose people to other flavors, that is great for retention. It's also great for recruitment. You can share that in your stories. You can share that with people that are like, I don't know, I might want to give it a try. Like, I know, poor blueberry. Coralie, you like blueberry, right? It's great for both things. So you can leverage incentives for plugging the holes in your business and filling your cup, right? Because when you can do both at the same time, now you're really starting to see movement in your business. That first pillar of your business is recruitment. You got to go find people. But the second pillar is retention. And if that is crumbling, your organization is not going to be solid, right? We have to really focus on that second pillar. Okay, so that's incentive number 1. Incentive number 2, the Ninja Creamy, right? Everybody's pumped. Who wants that Ninja Creamy? You can make lean ice cream with it. So the incentive is called Retain and Grow, right? This is very deliberate from Plexus, retain and grow. How it works is you need to sign up 4 new people this month with a 100 PV order and either retain 3 new people from last month, or if you don't have 3 new people to retain, that's okay. You can help 1 go silver, right? You can add 4 and help 1 go silver. So that is working your business like a business, duplicating, not just dumping people in, but actually helping them achieve their goals and you retaining people from last month. Okay. If you did have 3 new people in June, they just need a 50 PV order in July to qualify for retaining. Okay. Which is great because we do want to meet people where they're at. If someone starts with triplex and all they need is slim next month, that's fine, right? It doesn't, like when I first started and when some of you guys first started, we didn't even get paid unless it was 100 PV. Do you guys know that? Like I'm going back like several years, but if it wasn't 100 PV order, we got $0, like 0 pay points. So thank goodness it's not that way anymore. If someone wants a bag of slim, that's awesome. That is them being consistent, them staying on their products, and you still get pay points. It does not have to be a full, huge order, but helping people stay consistent. Okay, so that is the Ninja Creamy. Super exciting, very cool. Alicia loves it. She's like, I need a second one, right? It's a cool thing. Okay. The other thing is the $10 product credit. So you guys know the Give 10 promo code, right? We've had that for a long time. People can get $10 off when they join, but they also get $10 off their August order. Did you know that? So if someone joins in July and uses Give 10, they also get $10 product credit for August. So that's a retention conversation, right? When someone joins in July and you're like, hey, I have this promo code for you. This is awesome, but you're also going to get $10 off next month. So we're going to be touching base and seeing what products you're loving, what you're getting low on. Like you want to have that next month conversation while you're signing people up. Hold on, I got to check the chat here. Did I mess something up with the incentives? This is the only month they will add.
No, just Genevieve said that this is how our incentives are going to be from here on out. They're going to be based on last month's people that ordered, retaining those and then adding more. So, but this is the only month that they'll do the build a silver and add more.
Yeah.
That's the way they're getting it started. But after this, it'll just be based on retention and adding.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for highlighting that. So yes. So for this month, it's great because someone could come in brand new. They could add 4 and build a silver, but then from here on out, yes, focused on retention. So we really have to learn how to retain customers if you want to keep earning the very cool incentives, right? And it's so good. I know we might like rail against that or be like, oh, that's too hard or I can't do it. But do you want to learn how to retain your customers? 100%, right? Like it's a pillar of our business. It's something we need to be doing anyway. Okay. So the Give 10 also turns into product credit. So that helps you have that next month conversation. So I want to encourage you guys as you are onboarding your new customer, also be talking about next month. That's also why I love helping people get started with a little bit of a bigger order, right? Like we have the larger welcome packs or, you can do like triplex and ease, like adding that extra product in. And if you guys noticed, for the Ray-Bans at the end of the month in June, it was 125 PV. That's part of this retention system. So when someone joins with a little bit of a bigger order, they have more products to try and more to fall in love with. So it's easier to retain them. Okay. So I know sometimes we have a little scarcity around cost and we project that onto our customers and just offer the lowest thing, but give people 2 options, right? Like, hey, here is like my best recommendation for you, this larger welcome pack or combo that meets your goals. And if that doesn't work, here's a smaller option that would still be great for getting you started, right? Like let people make a decision. You don't want to overwhelm them with a million options, but you can absolutely give them like a bigger one and a smaller one. And if nothing else, everybody should need a bag of slim, the following month if they're consistent. Yes, Mom, there was $10 off in July for those who earned in June. So this is the second month that we're doing this. Join in July, get $10 off for August. But yep, they did that last month too. And then this super cool incentive, as I was just in the help center digging around, I saw that there is going to be emails sent out to inactive customers that haven't ordered in 3 months. And Plexus is going to give them a $20 off promo code to use on a $100 order or more. And they're going to just email that to them. How amazing is that? I was like, wait, what? And I like read it very carefully to make sure it's this year and all the things. And it is. So any customer that has not ordered in 3 months is going to get an email with a unique promo code just for them that they can use for $20 off. So that's huge. We've got things to bring people back in that have fallen off the wagon. We also have wellness groups going on, right? We've got our macros challenge starting up July 8th. We have Cheryl running a detox challenge July 15th. You can leverage new products. Like if you just dig into these things, there is so much opportunity to improve your retention, to improve your recruitment, to bring back old customers, like all of the things. It's huge. So much going on. And then they keep mentioning that customers that you enroll over the summer give you retention credits for Leaders Retreat. That contest starts September 1st. We don't have all the details yet over like what's going to count for what, but we do know you want to be busy over the summer because it's going to help you with those retention credits. And I know you all want to earn that Bahamas cruise. So it's like, let's learn how to do this right over the summer. It's just like, let's just learn how to work our business as well, right? Let's bring people in, help them have a great experience and retain them. So how do we improve retention? I have some thoughts for you guys, right? How do we plug the holes? One of them is, I already mentioned, helping people get started with a little bit of a bigger order, more products to love. Next one, I already mentioned also, during your onboarding, talk about next month, talk about the product credit, talk about, setting that expectation for consistency so that they know it's not a one-time thing, right? Like, hey, you didn't wreck your health overnight. It's going to take some time to fix it. I'm going to be there for you every step of the way. Here's what you're starting with. Here's what I'm thinking for next month. We're going to be touching base. We're going to be checking in. And then when you check in, you can ask them, what are you loving? What are you loving so far, right? Like pull out the positive experience from them. I'm loving Slim and Active. Great. Let's make sure that's in your subscription, right? Like helping people with that consistency conversation, setting the expectation that this is not a quick fix. It certainly is not a quick fix. Another idea for retention is onboarding calls. I think we go through spurts of doing these and then spurts of not doing these, but you as the person's like support person, you're their sponsor, you're their support person. When they get their products, it is so fun and just great customer service to be like, hey, when you get your stuff, give me a call and let's open your box together and just make sure you know what's in there and how to use it. That means so much to people. So if you like sell somebody a reset, you open a reset, it can be a little overwhelming, right? Like walking them through that is so, so great for retention and customer service. So I would love to get more onboarding calls going. If you're like, I can't do it, loop in your upline. Like I will hop on with you, Shannon, Victoria, Kim, Alicia, like whoever, we will hop on and help you do it. It's really not a big deal. It can take 5 minutes and you can do more in a 5-minute conversation than like 2 weeks of messaging back and forth. Let me tell you, like it is time efficient. So onboarding calls are huge. Victoria, I love that. A little sample of something they didn't order. Again, exposure to more products so they can really find what they love. Another retention tool is the new to Plexus chats, right? We've got one going every single month. I run them for 3 months. That's awesome for kind of just building community, for making sure that they hear about perks and subscriptions and product of the month and all of those things. So I want to encourage you to utilize them. You don't have to ask permission to add people in. You can add your new customers in and then say, hey, I added you to this new to Plexus July chat. I really hope you stay. Check it out. If you decide to leave, it's fine, but I really think you'll get some value by staying in there, right? You can just add your people in. And then check in with your customers regularly, provide great customer service. We have now in the Go app, a whole flow from Christina Williams and Brittany Howard. They showed it at convention and they're like, we're giving this to you free. It's now in the Go app. It's a whole customer flow, like exactly what to say. If anyone has it handy and wants to pop the link in the chat, or I can pop it in after the call into our 2024 chat. But it's amazing. It's like, if you were wondering how to onboard your customers, like, here is the flow. 2 super successful diamonds just gave you the entire flow. And it just helps you like have that conversation, like, say this on day 1, say this on day 3. Easy, right? You can like put a little alarm in your phone to check in with your customers and go through that flow. So that's another great tool. And then, thank you, Alicia, I appreciate it. Another great tool for retention is helping people go silver. That is the ultimate retention strategy, because people who earn a paycheck with Plexus stay for a long time, right? Like, even if they don't earn a paycheck forever with Plexus, even if they just earn one good paycheck with Plexus, get their products covered for a month or 2, they stay forever. This is like the ultimate retention strategy, right? Work through your customer list, ask people to do shout out posts. As you ask that question, like, hey, what are you loving? And your customer tells you, I'm loving the sleep gummies. I'm sleeping so good. That's when you say, hey, if I typed up a post for you about that, would you share it on your Facebook or your Instagram? Like, when someone shares a success with you, that's when you ask them to do a quick shout out post, like the tiniest little win, like, I have less bloating, or I really learned how to eat properly with that macros group. People are like, that's amazing. Can you share that? Because I know you have other friends who are feeling that same way. When you help people do that and go silver and earn a paycheck, you will keep them for a long time, right? You will absolutely keep them for a long time. So helping people go silver, it's not only a great duplication strategy and growing your point strategy, but you're going to retain the people that you help go silver. Okay. And then the last thing I thought of with retention is shouting out your customers. You can use the new to Plexus chats or team page to shout out people for like being consistent or getting their workouts in, or, you know, so-and-so has been drinking their Slim for 2 weeks now. Like, those little shout outs help people feel so seen and connected, and it means a lot. So I want you guys to know, I don't have to be the only one talking in the new to Plexus chats. Like, pop in there and shout your new people out, like help them feel like, yes, this is a real thing. Like, we're talking back and forth. You can shout them out. And I think that would be huge for helping people feel like, okay, I'm part of this thing that's going on here. Okay, chat is blowing up, so hold on. I can't read and talk at the same time. Yes, Coralie, she had her Mariah's customer just hop on and like do a live and tag us all. And she was like, here's all the people that have helped me with Plexus. And it was me and Coralie and Alicia and Mariah. And she was just like, here's what I'm loving. Here's my reset box. Like, I don't really know all the things about it, but here's what I like. It was incredible. Yeah, that's huge. Very cool. Okay. And the last thing for improving retention is just your attention. And I'll give you a little personal example. So Shannon and I used to work together at a medical fitness facility, and we started this program called PrEP. I'm going to talk about PrEP, Shan. And it was for people that couldn't just go work out in the gym. They needed like a little help and supervision. They had like medical issues, or they were coming from cardiac rehab or something. And they were in this like little safe, nurtured environment. And they would meet with me and I would help them with their exercise. And Shan was at the front desk and she'd check them in. Like, that's how we know each other. Super fun memories. But one of the things we were looking at is our retention rate. Like, if people started with this PrEP program, it was only for 60 days, what was the likelihood that they would stay and join the gym and like become a full member? That was kind of the end goal. And when we first started it, the retention rate was like 90%. It was amazing. Like, everybody was joining afterward. And then as the program grew, the retention rate started to go like down until it was like 20%. And so we had to say, like, what's going on? And it was my attention, right? Those first, when I just had 5 people in that little group, I was talking to them. I knew their names. I knew their grandkids. I was standing next to them. Like, they had all of my attention. And so they felt connected and they stayed. And as the thing grew, my attention got more divided and split. And so it started to go down. So we had to come up with ways to like, okay, how can we make people feel like part of this community? How can we make them feel seen? So we started doing phone calls. So when they were at their like 1 week point, we would pick up the phone and just say like, how are you doing? 30 days in, hey, you got to come in for your reassessment. We need to check up on you. We need to check your weight and your blood pressure. 60 days, same thing. And what happened was our retention started to improve. Now, maybe it wasn't at exactly where it was when I had all of that time because there was only 4 people there, but it really improved because people felt connected. And so I was just thinking like, that's the same thing we want to do with our customers. You may not be able to like, hold everyone's hand every single day, but you can put systems into your business where you check in or you send an email or you make a few phone calls. And if you're systematically working through that, you can just do a few a day or a few a week and hit all of your customers, help them feel connected. So that example came to mind. I feel like picking up the phone is huge lately. Just taking that couple minutes, it's huge. But you guys tell me, what other ways can you think of to help plug the holes? What did I miss, or what are you doing that's working to help your customers stay and order consistently for 90 days? Does anyone have something that's like, this is working for me, or this is what I want to start doing? Yeah, Shan, inviting to challenges every quarter. Yep. Setting expectations up front, so important. Before they order, yeah.
May I speak?
Yeah, Lori, go ahead.
I think it really comes down to relationships. I think that building relationships with people is so important. And I think whether you're inviting them to challenges, inviting them to events, building those relationships with people is so important because you can message people, but if you don't have a relationship with them, it really, I think, limits your effect. And I think you have so much more impact on people when you really build that relationship and work on that relationship, those relationships. And so that's really what I'm working on. And that's how I'm approaching things.
Yeah, that's so good. And that's what sets us apart from getting your vitamins somewhere else, right? Like if people are like, well, I could order that off Amazon, or I could go to GNC and get da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, but you don't get me, right? You don't get Lori, you don't get Amy. Like the process of how we work with people is actually of more value than the products, right? And Bob Heilig says this too, like our products are amazing and we like really highlight the value there, and it is true. But what's even more valuable for people is the process that we have, right? We've got products, they're great, but the process is the most valuable piece. So like Shan, inviting to all the wellness challenges, picking up the phone, having that in-person connection, getting together in person. If you've got a local team, like do not take that for granted. If you've got local customers, like get together with them just to chat and like do life, do whatever together, because that is 100% what sets us apart from getting their supplements somewhere else. Okay. So we have to wrap it up, but takeaway for tonight, July is here. This month definitely has a lot of opportunity. It's one of those months where I'm like, wow, corporate is like slinging it all out for us in like every category. So capitalize on that. Let's really focus not on just bringing people in, but on keeping them, right? We have every tool we need. We really do. So it's going to be an amazing month. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here tonight and bearing with my visual aids. Nobody got wet. We're good. All right, guys, have a wonderful night and I'll chat with you soon. Bye.